Welcome everybody, Retro Python here with a quick update to my last video. So apparently, it seems the minute I uploaded my video that Atari Age guys were already working on an update and finishing it up that night, and they posted their update. Draxton was nice enough to post on my video saying, "Hey, listen, you're using the old version, grab the new one. There's a lot of other things you can do with it. Loading time is better, more ROMs. Check it out." So he posted the link. We're going to go to that forum page right now. We're going to download two files. We're going to download the Nexus, and we're going to download the firmware. So the firmware, make sure it is specific to your device. You're going to brick your device if you pick the wrong one, so please don't do that. Enter at your own risk at any one of my videos, because I am far from a professional. I'm one of you guys just documenting it along the way. So I'm going to dock my windows. I got my Atari USB stick on my right, my download folders on the left. We're going to extract both these files to separate folders, make it easier. If you don't know how to do stuff like this now, you shouldn't be watching any videos, but commonplace stuff. Let's take the custom firmware. We're going to move it over to the right. All those firmwares are labeled Atari Update. We're going to take it out of the PC now. We're going to plug it into our OTG cable that's attached to the Flashback. Let's switch over to that screen. You're going to be greeted with your @Games logo. And of course, it's going to ask you, "Hey, I see that Atari Update file in the drive. Do you want to update?" Stick to the left. Yes. We're going to see our two sitting penguins. I said sitting. There they are. We're going to be greeted with our, almost looks like the ring. Don't stare at it too long, you may get sucked in. It's going to reboot. You're going to get the logo. It's going to say, "Hey, I still see that Atari Update file in that card. Do you want to update it?" We're just going to shut the device down now. Pull the USB stick out of the Atari Flashback OTG cable, plug it in your computer, delete that Atari Update file so it doesn't ask you anymore. We're going to go to the Nexus folder, copy all those files over to your USB stick. It's about 700 megs. It's going to take a little while. Grab a cup of coffee, some pizza, beer, whatever you want. Smoke them if you got them. It's New York. It's legal now. Do whatever you want. This is a great update. You're really going to enjoy it. The guys at Atari Age did a fantabulous job. Not only does it add the 2600 games to homebrews, 7800, 5200 Atari arcade machines using a port of MAME. Add startup, shutdown, reboot scripts right to the device. Adds new bezels. Looks like you're playing on a CRT screen instead of the other nonsense bezels they had. So once it's done copying, pull it out of the computer, plug it back into your Flashback. This is the last swap. No Mormon jokes, I promise. I got 17 letters from Mormons who would not believe it. Anyway, here it goes. A new screen, new theme, awesome music, love it. Consider each one of these. This is a main menu. We'll consider it, and each one of these switches over. So once you pick one of these, it's literally going to just kind of reboot for 5 seconds, and then you're going to have a whole different theme. So very cool the way they did it. So as you can see, there's the Sega Genesis Flashback, the Legends Flashback, Magnavox Odyssey, one of the first video games made. So we're going to load the Atari 2600 because that's what I'm concerned with now. Okay, we're going to switch to the Atari 2600 NTSC games. It's going to reboot. Put that new theme on there with all the new ROMs, and now you have a whole new device. So you have about 460 NTSC Atari 2600 box games. These are all legit games, not homebrew, not hacks. It's everything that came out in the store. If you were a kid and you went to Sears Roebuck, you would have bought one of these games. You can see it has also shutdown, reboot, delete, and restore scripts to delete your recently played games if you want to delete them. You got your Atari games, you got your paddle games. You got about 4 pages of paddle games. Now you can use your original Atari 2600 paddle games with this device. It works great. I picked a pair up on Macari for like 20 bucks. There's all your new bezels. You have, looks like you're playing on a CRT screen. Very cool. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm not sure if there's a home button, but let's just go back. Scroll through them. Let's go back to the Nexus. So this is going to load the Nexus. Nexus is everything, all encompassing. The main menu, so to speak. You've got all your homebrews here. Again, it reboots. Let's give it a second. And now every device, every section in that main menu has a different screen. It's almost like a different device. These are all the homebrew ROMs that we saw in the other. You'll find your Mortal Kombat here. You'll find your other games that we were playing around with. I think I want to say there's about 500 of these games. Yeah, 450. Gives you a grand total of about the 900 games we had saw. Let's go back. I'll let you guys play around with the other stuff. We're going to go into one more section just because I think it's really cool. But you can play around with the 7800, and according to Nexus, the 7800 games work, but only utilizes one button. I have an Atari 7800 Flashback. I tried to plug the controller in, it didn't work. I don't know. I don't know if there's a mod for the 7800 Flashback. I'll look into that next, maybe. But here, so you have a Atari arcade games, very cool. And these are the actual ports. I shouldn't even say ports. These are the actual ROMs from the arcade machines. Uses a version of MAME, I would imagine. As you can tell by the music, you know Star Wars Arcade is included in this. I don't know if there's a home button. Maybe not. I guess not. Thought maybe one of these buttons brought you back home, but I guess not. So let's just let's check out a game. What can we play? We played Asteroids and the other thing. Let's play Dig Dug. Dig Dug is a fun game. As you can see, this is a familiar screen if you play this in MAME. It's the arcade machine booting up. Checking the ROMs, okay. Now for the arcade machines, you gotta hit, I believe, select for coins, and then start to start the game. Let's add another coin. Alright, let's start it. And you got Dig Dug. Great game. Classic. Probably doesn't get the credit it deserves. Let's blow up this little dragon guy. Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy. Oh, he's gonna get away from me. I'm still not 100% sold on these controllers. So, same thing, hit the menu button, go back, hit the quit game, go back to the screen there, goes back to where you last were. You can hit that and you get your, make it a favorites, back button. So very, very cool update. Thank you, Draxon. Thank you, everyone at Atari Age. It's well worth it. The last update was great. This one's even better. If you like the other one, maybe you don't update to this. I'll leave it up to you. We're going to shut down a device right from the screen. This is Retro Python. We'll be back again next week sometime with a Dreamcast video. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. Be good, man. Have a good one.